episode of Little Dreamers Adventures, we sailed from Catawba Island to Manila Bay on North Bass Island. After resting for a bit and hunkering down through a mild squall, I started out on a hike to find a cellular signal so I can let family know that I arrived safely. North end of the bay, I found nothing but wetlands. There was no way out here. I turned around and tried the south end of the bay. Voila! Here's a way out. Someone has been maintaining a mowed trail into the island. Civilization again. At the end of the trail, I found a beautiful home that was built on top of a strange wall. I was able to find a cell signal here, so I posted on Facebook and called my mom to let her know that I arrived safely. With my first objective completed, I am now free to explore the island. While hiking out of the wildlife preserve, I saw my first bald eagle in the wild. What a magnificent creature. I wish I could have caught it on camera. I also saw several broad-winged hawks. I did not see a single squirrel, chipmunk, or rabbit all day. With as many birds of prey I've seen today, it is no wonder. At the other end of the island, I found a marina and a welcome center. This vineyard does not look like it's doing well. In fact, most of the vineyards look like this one. The reason is 2 polar vortex winters in a row. In a polar vortex, the Arctic air drops down to a lower latitude than normal. When temps drop that low, they have to clip the vines down to the ground and pray that they come back. There's an abandoned house on the other end of these vineyards. I don't know about you, but I can't resist a good abandoned house. Let's check it out. I spoke to some locals on Put-in Bay later, and not much was known about this house. It is believed that at one time it was converted into a migrant work home. In the 1800s, it was common practice to separate the men from the women. Even married couples were not permitted to sleep together. They were here to work. Migrant workers in the 1800s worked 12 hours every day, no days off during the harvest season. I can't believe that this house has been abandoned for more than 10 to 15 years. With the harsh winters here, this house would have deteriorated much more than it has. Just the same, I was very careful with every step I took. This was obviously a bathroom. This must have been the kitchen. Servants' stairs. Yes, this was definitely the kitchen. Let's go up. There are 3 bedrooms and a bathroom in the servants' quarters. There is no connection on the second floor to the main house. You have to take the main staircase to get to the master's bedrooms. I can use this to test the floor before I walk on it. There are 4 bedrooms and a bathroom on the main house side of the second floor. The swallows have taken over the house. What a view! I don't think this was a migrant house. It was public at one time, as it does have a men's and women's sign. I believe that the women's sign over the stairs was not to designate where the women slept. Instead, I believe it was pointing women to the upstairs bathroom. I bet this was a doctor's home office or something similar. Perhaps they had more men visitors than women visitors, thus the men's room being downstairs. I'll just leave this here. I don't believe in taking souvenirs out of abandoned homes. This is history, and I believe in leaving things here so that the next person that happens upon it can also see everything that I saw. I continued on with my hike around the island. This is North Bass Elementary School, a one-room school. According to the locals on Put-in-Bay, no one goes to school here. The students on the island are transported to South Bass Island, by ferry when the water is clear, and by plane when the channels are blocked with ice. These are Catawba grapes. They make some distinctive sweet wines. My favorite is pink Catawba wine from Heinemann's winery. This is a nice quaint chapel. Here's the airport, which runs north to south. Let's get back to Little Dreamer. Before I left, I only brought one protein for today. I left myself with a challenge. The challenge was that I needed to catch fish today if I wanted to have a protein. Other than this. So, because I didn't even put a line in today, I was too busy hiking and adventuring and checking out abandoned houses. I didn't do any fishing, so I have no fish to eat for dinner tonight. So, this is the only protein left. So, this is what I'm eating tonight. Bon appetit! Here goes. Not bad actually. Been a long time since I had it. Probably better with some mustard. A fish would have been better. But still, I can do this. Unfortunately, now I have dishes to do, which I didn't have last night because I cooked right out of the Dinty-Moore can. But I think this is a little better than a Dinty-Moore stew. This and some rice. Yum yum. So today we started the day off with a trip to West Marine. Picked up the adapter for marine power. Sailed, I'm going to guess like 9.5 to 10 miles, maybe more, who knows, up here to Malia Bay. Really super fun sail. Took us like 3.5, 4 hours to get here. We were moving about 4.5 knots. Came across some other sailors along the way that passed us real close. Pretty cool. Got up here and then went on a hike for cell. Well, started off looking for cell power or cell coverage so that I could call and let anybody know, let my mom know that I made it here okay. And in the process of that, found a couple little mini adventures, including exploring an abandoned house. It was pretty cool, an interesting house. I'd like to see if I can find some history on that house. And we're back here in the most beautiful, perfect anchorage ever. We did have a little storm squall come through earlier. Pounded us with, I don't know, like 1 to 2 foot waves that were coming in here. But it didn't last long. Once the storm was over, they were gone, and now it's like glass out here. It's beautiful. Anyway, so I'm pretty exhausted, so I'll be calling it a night soon. And tomorrow we're going to sail out of here and go to Put-in Bay and spend the day on Put-in Bay. See you tomorrow.